Have you ever wanted to take a journey that's, well, more than just a walk? You know, one where every single step takes you deeper, not just into a beautiful landscape, but into the past itself? Well, we're about to explore a path that does exactly that. It sounds a little crazy, doesn't it? How could you possibly walk through centuries of conflict, of industry, of myth in just a few days? But believe it or not, there is a way. You follow a line that was literally carved into the landscape over 1,000 years ago. You walk Offa's Dyke. See, this massive earthwork was built way back in the 8th century by King Offa of Mercia, who was this incredibly powerful Anglo-Saxon ruler. And it wasn't just some little fence. It was a huge statement of power, a real defensive barrier meant to control the border with the Welsh kingdoms. So for this explainer, we're going to be tackling the northern half of this legendary national trail. It's a 7-day trek that kicks off from the trail's spiritual midpoint, Knighton, and takes us all the way to the sea at Prestatyn. Honestly, this is the perfect way to think about it. This stretch has it all. You get the ancient earthworks, you get these incredible industrial marvels, and you get these absolutely epic mountain ridges. It's the whole package. So let's just talk scale for a second. We're talking about 97 miles, which is about 156 kilometers. Yeah, it's a serious walk, for sure. But it's one of those journeys that promises something new, something amazing, every single day. And what's so cool is that the walk itself changes so dramatically. You start out in these classic rolling borderlands walking on the actual 8th century dike. But by the end, you're way up high, trekking across these vast heather-covered ridges with just enormous views. Okay, so where do we kick things off? The walk starts in a town called Knighton, which is kind of the midpoint capital of the trail. And let me tell you, it throws you right into the deep end of history and hills from day one. Your first couple of days are a real study in contrasts. Day one is tough, no doubt about it, but it's so rewarding. You get these huge, big sky views over the Welsh marches, that old contested borderland. Then, day two is a nice little break for your legs as you drop down into the gentle Severn Valley. And here's something I love. Along the way, there are these fantastic kind of nerdy little side quests. You can pop into a working observatory that literally hunts for asteroids, or you could explore a ruined castle at sunset, or even ride a historic steam train. It's these little detours that really make the whole trail come alive. All right, as you push into the middle of the walk, the whole character shifts again. The landscape starts telling you stories, but this time, it's about a more recent, industrial past. This section is just brilliant for showing you the trail's variety. I mean, one minute you're strolling down a peaceful canal path trying to spot kingfishers. The next, you are literally standing with one foot in England and one in Wales in the village of Lanamynech, before climbing up through these spectacular old quarries that nature is taking back. And then you come across something that is just jaw-dropping. It was famously described by Sir Walter Scott as a stream in the sky. And when you see it, you get it. We're talking about the Pontcysyllte Aqueduct. This thing carries the Llangollen Canal a staggering 38 meters. That's over 120 feet, straight across the River Dee Valley below. It's just an unbelievable piece of engineering. And hey, this isn't just some cool local bridge. It's a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Walking across it, high above the river, with a canal boat gliding silently past you, it is absolutely one of the biggest wow moments of the entire journey. No question. So for the grand finale, the trail really saves the best for last. You climb up into the Clwyddian Range, this stunning series of heather-clad hills, for what really feels like a walk across the rooftop of Wales. This is, without a doubt, one of the best days of walking you can find on any national trail in Britain. The path just sticks to this high ridge, a chain of summits, and you have these breathtaking views stretching west all the way to the mountains of Snowdonia. But it's so much more than just a ridge walk. The path takes you directly through or right beside a whole series of massive Iron Age hill forts. You're basically walking along a 2,000-year-old defensive line, from one ancient stronghold to the next. And that's really the heart of it right there. You're not just looking at history from a distance, you are physically walking through it. The sheer scale of these ancient earthworks, combined with those epic views, it's just unforgettable. Okay, so you're feeling inspired. I get it. But how do you actually plan a trip like this? Let's quickly run through some of the essentials. So the trail is pretty well marked, but trust me, a mapping app on your phone is a lifesaver in some of those confusing farm fields. To make the walking a bit easier, you can use a baggage transfer service. They'll move your main bag for you. And a big tip, book your rooms in popular spots like Llangallen way, way ahead of time. Gear-wise, just think practical. You're going to find mud, so gaiters are a really good idea, and the weather on those ridges can change in a heartbeat. So a proper waterproof jacket and a warm layer are totally non-negotiable, even if it's the middle of summer.
And then, after 97 miles, after all the hills, the aqueducts, and the ancient forts, you finally drop down to the coast. The whole journey ends at the official marker in Prestatyn, right there by the Irish Sea. It is such a satisfying finish. So we've walked through the history, the landscapes, the planning. The only question left is, if you were to walk this path, from the heart of the borderlands all the way to the sea, what stories, what views, and what part of history would you discover for yourself?